Hi, my name is Mackenzie Dafforn-Koebler, and this is my video on my kinesiology internship. My internship site was Kendallville Physical Therapy, where I worked under my supervisor Jeffrey Sioka, located in Kendallville, Indiana. When choosing my site, I went to a place where I was comfortable and knew the staff. I was familiar with the routine and understood my expectations from a previous employment, which allowed me to acclimate quicker and learn faster. Choosing this site also meant that I knew the education I was getting prior to attending, knowing that this education meant hands-on experience. This being said, my interest in choosing a therapy office stemmed from the idea that this was my end goal. And what better way to obtain experience in my intended field than to work in a clinic like the one I could potentially be in when I graduate? Physical therapy for me is all about patient contact. Knowing I can ease the pain of others without the use of medications. I also draw interest from my own shoulder injury, as it originally sparked my love for the field. This caught my attention in a way that my love for the way the body moves and heals itself powers my drive for success. While choosing this internship was fairly easy, my goals were somewhat challenging. The biggest goal I had for myself was to be able to see a patient all the way through a session, including modalities from beginning to end, lasting anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour and a half. I also had goals as small as scheduling patients, because that is part of the job, and I was there to learn all aspects of the job. In that sense, my duties included scheduling new patients and returning patients, ultrasound, which uses high-frequency sound waves to penetrate deep into the muscle for pain control, combo, which uses a combination of e-stim and ultrasound to penetrate deep into the muscle tissue for another source of pain control, and electrical stimulation as seen in this video for pain control and vibrating the muscles with an electric current. Allows you to it allows you to penetrate deep into the muscle, not as far as combo, but still used for pain control. Making hot and cold packs. Making hot packs, which are moist heat, require several layers of towels, because when you put that on the skin, it can get very, very hot and can burn you, and cold packs aren't as intense, so we usually only use one towel so that the cold can get to the affected area. Cleaning and sanitizing rooms after patients leave, using an alcohol scrub. Emptying trash bins at the end of every day. Managing patient charts, meaning that any patient info is found in those charts, how many sessions they have left on an order, anywhere from medication lists to previous histories, previous surgeries, their exercise lists, restrictions that they have, insurance information, order information, all of that is found there. File discharging, which is when we discharge a patient, their file gets put in a separate room in a separate file bin that's alphabetized for the last year to 2 years, depending on how many patients we have come in and out. Ionto patch making, which you're seeing right here, which uses a medicated liquid on the negative side of the patch and a saline solution on the positive side of the patch. When placed on the skin, creates an electric current that dispenses the medication for a prolonged deep pain relief. Demonstrating exercises to patients, and that could be ankles, toes, knees, hips, shoulders, back, neck, fingers, elbows, anything like that. Book totals at the closing of each day, which we take how many patients we've seen, we take how many procedures we've done, we take how much money we've made, and we total it all at the end with canceled patients, new patients, and even patients who don't get billed because they pay in cash and they're a self-care kind of thing. I'm observing unknown actions. So whenever I got free time, I would go into the room with my supervisor and he would show me new things, or if a new patient came in, I would try to be there with the evals. Assisting the DPT with any further duties and alignments using the medial malleoluses, which you use your thumb on the distal side of the medial malleolus. As my internship came to a close, I realized my future was a lot closer than I thought. Attending grad school to obtain a DPT was less than a year away. Marriage and children not far behind that. Keeping my coaching career in full swing is already upon me, and soon will be the dream of my own clinic. Okay, so with all of that being said, my advice to freshmen or incoming younger kids, or even just to people in general, is that don't waste your time, because your time will sneak up on you faster than you ever anticipated. There are also 5 other things that I felt were extremely important in learning for any real life situations. Number 1, always ask questions. Never leave your institution, your place of work, or your school without all of your questions answered. 2, listen intently. Just because someone is talking to another person and not directly talking to you doesn't mean that they're not saying something that could be useful to you, or answer a question you hadn't had the chance to ask yet. 3, never think that there is nothing for you to do. There is always something for you to do, and if you don't know what that something is, ask. 4, don't be afraid to talk to your patients. They want to know who you are. You are in a room with them, and you are watching them do exercises. You are watching them be in pain sometimes, and they want to know who they can trust. And if they don't know you, they can't trust you. They can't explain to you what they're feeling because they're nervous about it. It is very nerve-wracking to be in a room with someone watching you. It's awkward, and not introducing yourself and talking about your life can make it even more awkward for them. And finally, 5, enjoy yourself. If you don't love what you do, you're not doing what you should be doing. And that's not to say that you won't have bad days. Everyone has bad days, but even your bad days should be good days.